What's the best deal that you've seen in the last year
Best deal I've seen that I've bought or best deal I've seen?
that you've seen?
Best deal I've seen is I had a student of mine assign a deal for $600,000, so he didn't even have to buy the deal. He just assigned it to another buyer for $600,000. I've got a student named Duran who bought a assisted living facility in Philadelphia, raised $8 million for it, turned into a hotel, refinanced it like 30 million bucks and made $20 million in like 18 months. Like those are crazy deals that happen. But they happen all the time, right? You ran into a weird deal. Imagine, Jack, if you were actually looking for deals all day long, you'd find a weird deal every day.
So where are the best places to look for deals?
Okay, so best places to look for deal, definitely not Zillow. Where should I go to find a deal? If I want to find a deal, I would go to a web. Are you okay if I tell a website that I don't make money on, but it costs money?
Mhm.
Okay. There's a company called dealsauce.io that I can just click, find all the foreclosures. Dealsauce.io. Again, I don't make money on that. Dealsauce.io, I can find foreclosures, probates, inheritance. I can find expired listings, long days on market. I can find people who want to sell an owner finance. I can find anything that I want on Dealsauce within like 20 seconds. And within 2 clicks of a button, I'm sending all of those sellers a message saying, hey, I'm looking to buy your house. Like it's that easy nowadays.
Can you creative finance anything? Like what's the craziest thing that you financed?
I'm buying right now a $500,000 motor coach because I'm doing a tour across America to like help homeless people and do something cool. So I'm buying a motor coach with no money down. I just bought a plane with no money down. I don't know if you guys saw that on my channel, but I have a student that buys 300 planes. Here's what he's doing. He's going after planes that are like forgotten about, people that are dying, people are inheriting these little planes in these little municipal airports. He's buying them on seller finance and he's turning around and he's leasing them to training schools. We're the #1 country in the world for training for like pilot programs. So all these Asian countries are coming in here and sending their pilots to learn from us. Those training schools need planes. And so he leases those to you can do anything with creative finance. It's the craziest thing on the planet. I'm trying to buy a plane or a train because I want to be able to say planes, trains, and automobiles. Because half my cars I own are all creative finance. And I'm like, if I could get a train and I could put it on my farm, I'd turn it into like a bed and breakfast and I'd get a train on creative finance. So one thing I haven't done yet.
So what do you think is holding so many people back today?
Great question, Graham. If I could talk about this for hours, so I'm going on this big tour right now. I think it's going to be like the last tour I do. And I stress out about this exact problem because it's like if I could invent one pill, it would be the take action, stop being an analysis paralysis mode pill. And so like the Maddie story, the homeless lady, what I did and the reason why I helped her is I'm like, if I could document this and give away the video content, maybe that would finally push people over to believe they could do it too. Then when I was doing the content, this is crazy. So as I was talking about Maddie on my Instagram, I haven't released anything on YouTube yet, but people go, well, yeah, she's homeless. So, I'm not homeless. So that doesn't apply to me. I'm like, what the freak are you talking about? She literally has every disadvantage on the planet. And you just need somebody to like literally hold your physical hand. I think that is one of the biggest things is people are like, just tell me what to do. So in this book, I'm writing a book called Start Here. And Start Here is like everybody in my DMs goes, where do I start? And so I want to give them a book that says Start Here, right? So I've got Maddie, homeless lady. I've got a single mom. Husband passed away. I'm about to help her starting on Monday. Father with 3 jobs, juggling like bunch of kids. I've got a kid flipping hamburgers that doesn't want to go to college, a wounded veteran, somebody who's doing side hustles for a living to survive. And then I've got an immigrant, somebody who just like immigrated to the United States that doesn't even have a social security yet. And these are the 7 people I constantly run into that say, it's impossible for me to be successful. It's impossible. So this book I'm writing is me going to these people, physically helping them, documenting every journey. I give them the blueprint, and then they take the action. I'm not doing the work for them. Like Maddie, the homeless lady, I did not do anything for her except show her the way. I record all of this stuff, and I'm going to give it to the world and be like, here you go. Like, here's hopefully that magic pill. But Graham, I think you know better than anybody else. Somebody will make a comment in your YouTube comments about some video you did. They'll make a comment in the active video and act as if you didn't make a video that answered that question 2 weeks ago. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, all the time.
People are so unresourceful. So it's like they need people to spoon feed them or hold their hand. And so I'm trying to build that in the real estate space through a book, and then I'm doing a tour. So starting in November, I'll be on the road for 125 days where I'm going, all right, I'm going to prove to you can do this in Canada. And I can prove in every major city. I'm going to go do what I promise I can do in 3 hours or less. So what I'm doing is starting in November. And you guys want to see the tour dates, it's whereispace.com. I'm going to find somebody in that city that's a single mom, a dad with 2 jobs, a veteran, a whatever, one of these core people. And I then have a shot clock. I have 3 hours to help them get a deal. That's it. And I do that 125 days in a row to prove that people can do it. I'm documenting it, giving it away. And you know what'll happen? People will watch the content and still not do anything about it. I don't know the answer to that. I wish I had a magic pill. I wish somebody could figure that out. We did a survey that like 99% of people watching YouTube content don't ever do anything with the content they learn. They take notes, this is great, but then they don't do anything, right? Do you have an answer for that? Why you think people don't take action?
Dave Ramsey says it's because they don't believe the result. They don't have faith that they'll get a result if they followed it.
I think it's even one step further beyond that. I think that that's definitely true. Dave is like very, very smart guy. I think it's also they feel like they don't deserve the result. I think there's like self-esteem issues, imposter syndrome, fear of success. Nobody in my world made millions of dollars, so that's not possible for me. So I see people go take action, right? Like, I'm not talking about like my community, but people in my YouTube audience go, hey, I tried the thing, and they will purposely go out of their way to like prove to themselves they can't do it. They'll self-sabotage. And I think it's a belief system. I like that. I like what Dave said. They don't believe the result is possible for them. And then even if it is possible for them, they feel like they don't deserve it.
I'm curious, for the education business, are you making good money teaching people how to do this?
I'm not an educator. The way I would look at it is people go, do you have a mentorship program? No, I don't have a mentorship program. Do you have coaching? Do you have like a course? All my courses I give away for free. What I do is I have like I have a private community, kind of like a country club of real estate that you join one time and you're in for life. I make a lot of money from doing that. I bought $100 million in real estate from them last year. So I make a lot of money from them. The cost to be a coach, like, do you guys see all the coaches like quitting right now?
No.
Oh, it's true. It's like, oh yeah, you're not in that space. Most coaches and mentors that are like selling information have all kind of gone away in real estate. I don't sell coaching. I don't sell mentorships. I have a paid community for sure, but I do deals with those people and that's where I make my money. So like Gordon, the guy who watched us, I'll probably buy 10 deals with Gordon this year. And he made on the last deal I did with Gordon, he made $22,500 bringing the deal to me, but I'll make hundreds of $1,000s on one deal with Gordon. So yes, I do make a lot of money with my students.
When did you first feel rich?
I have striver's curse. I don't think I feel rich right now. I feel like that I have more. You ever do this where you're like, I've done all these things on my YouTube channel. People come to you and they say, Graham, you've inspired me. You've changed my life. And you're like, I feel like I haven't done anything yet. Do you ever feel like that?
Less lately.
Okay, but you have felt that.
Yeah, I felt that, yeah.
Yeah, so like you hear other people say you're successful and you're doing all this stuff, but I think you've maybe have felt in these moments that you haven't accomplished what you feel like is possible for you. You haven't done the thing that you felt like you were setting out to do. And so I feel like I have a lot more gas in the tank. Plus you hang out with guys like Ken McElroy, right? Like Robert Kiyosaki's partner, and you hang out with that guy. Here's what's really cool about Ken. You guys got to have him on the podcast. These guys give away $1 million a month in charity. Like, I feel like the reason you should do well is so you can do good. And when you look at a guy like Ken McElroy and Robert Kiyosaki, nobody talks about that because it's not like viral worthy. But Ken McElroy has a full-time position in his office called the philanthropy coordinator. They literally give $1 million away to philanthropy every month. So when I look at people like that and I hang out with them, I'm like, I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
I need to be doing that.
Would you say that money buys happiness?
Yeah, I think so. If you can go and write a check for $10,000 to a charity or $5,000 to a charity, I think there's a dopamine fix there that makes you go, I earned that money by providing value to other people. I deserve that money. Now I feel great that I can go give that. So yeah, dopamine, is that happiness?
And what are the highest ROI things then for happiness if you're spending money?
Having a beautiful house for your children to run around in and a pool that they can swim in is the greatest ROI I've ever had.
That's good. Jack is building a pool.
Yeah.
So he's one step closer.
I'm chipping out and replastering my pool right now. It's like $75,000. And which goes to your argument of like, you should be renting because I would have my landlord fix that pool instead. Right. But I look at that 75 grand that that pool is like 15 years old. So it's due, but I look at that, I'm like, that is by far the best money I've ever spent is having my kids. I mean, you've heard Elon say it, go have more kids. You're on your way, 4 kids. Go do it. Hey, any girls out there that are single looking for a guy that's ready to mingle, Jack.
What's the worst ROI purchases? You said private planes?
Private planes, horrible. It's different though. Like you look at Ken, I hope you guys get Ken because I like Robert, but I love Ken McElroy. These guys are spending like their fund, right? They have 10,000. I think Ken and Robert have 15,000 units, right? Like they're at a different level that I will be at maybe in 10 or 15 years. Their fund pays for their jet. I look at that $200,000 or $300,000. That's a hemorrhaging. That is the craziest thing on the planet. However, at his level, he can justify that expense. Why? Because his fund will jump in that jet and run over to a deal that they need to get under contract that's in Dallas. And time is of the essence when you're doing these big deals. I think it's worth $2 million a year if they're going to go buy a $100 million asset and outbeat somebody else on that deal. $2 million. If you're like same thing with Grant. Look at Grant Cardone. If he has his jet, which he's buying another one right now, and he can get a better deal because he's faster on a deal than somebody else that's jumping a commercial or whatever it is, and he saves $3 or $4 million on an asset, and the plane operating cost is 3 or 4. Dude, the plane's free for certain people. I'm not at that level yet, and I don't know that I care to be. I think I'm at a point where I'll never be Grant Cardone. I don't think I'll ever be an Alex Hormozi. I don't think I'll ever be, Patrick Bet-David in terms of net worth. I've found what makes me really happy is just helping other people and having kids in the process.